Hey, this is Rawrb from Psychostick, and you're listening to the Metal Teddy Bear Experience podcast.
The Metal Teddy Bear Experience has begun.
And welcome back to the Metal Teddy Bear Experience podcast right now. This is your host, Chris. We got my boy, Jesse. What's up, dude?
Yeah, how's it going, guys?
And this week we have special guest, Rawrb, the frontman of Psychostick. What's up, dude? How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you guys?
Yeah, pretty good.
Pretty good. Pretty pumped to talk to you right now. A long time coming. I saw you at Dingbats last time you guys came around New Jersey. Actually, where are you calling in from right now?
I'm in Chicago.
Okay, sweet. Yeah. You had a nasty storm back there before. Everything good now?
Yeah, that was that knocked power out of here for about 10 days.
Damn, dude.
And yeah, that was rough. But yeah, that was late summer, so we've had time to recover. It's fine.
I forgot how long ago that was. I feel like we were just talking about that a couple of weeks ago. But
Yeah.
dude, thank you for joining the show. It's great to
Sure.
have you on. And I just wanted to talk about like what's the latest with Psychostick. I know you guys are doing all those live stream shows. How's that been going?
Oh, it's been incredible. A lot of touring bands or just non-touring, but active bands, they rely heavily on shows to survive, and we were no exception to that. But we were lucky enough to have experimented with performing live streams, and the biggest sort of struggle with that is typically just the technical side of it, getting the right microphones, getting the streaming computer set up, figuring out how to stream to multiple platforms, and so on and so forth. But we had solved a lot of those problems beforehand. So when the pandemic hit, actually it was my girlfriend. She was like, aren't you guys set up for live streaming? Yeah, we are. All right. Why don't we just try that again? And it just took off. It was great. So I'm really, really grateful that we were set up for that. So yeah.
Well, I'm glad it's working out for you. You guys have like an awesome studio space too, like an awesome jam session. Is that something you guys like purchased along the way? Is that like you rent it out?
Oh, we rent it. We do want to eventually purchase our own space, like some sort of, dig a moat around it and drawbridge and all that stuff. But like, we're still working on figuring out how to do that. But yeah, we're renting a space and it's been really good. It's been really good. We actually haven't had our own space in a long time since before that one. Now we've been there for a little over a year and a half, 2 years, something like that. So yeah, we're really happy with that.
You just gotta be like Trivium and go out and buy a hanger.
Well, Trivium is probably swimming in piles of money. So good for them. We're working on it.
Yeah, I was like, it seems like it's really well oiled, like the setup too. Like when I watch, I just like, pop in every once in a while. I'm just like, it's just like, it's so well done. You guys are just having so much fun. Is that something like you said you worked it out before, or is like that fancier stuff? Like I think you play with like some green screens. Is that true? Or is that just editing post? Yeah. So is that stuff you like added after you started really streaming, or is that stuff you all planned before you started streaming?
The green screen was added a little bit later. However, I have experimented with green screens, and you'll if you go onto Twitch, just about every nerd with a controller has a green screen behind them, so it's really easy to do. So that wasn't tough, but like the hardest part was honestly getting the video and audio to sync up, because we have a streaming PC, and then we also have a audio PC, which handles the heavy lifting for all the effects and all that. So
yeah,
it's that was the hardest part, just getting the audio to sound like it wasn't coming out of a garbage can. But we do we've been doing our own recording since pretty much the very beginning. So Josh, he's our audio engineer and guitarist, and so he knew what to do. He knew how to set this up. After trial and error, we got it working.
That's awesome. Yeah, like literally, I just like I got like an electronic drum set I tried to like hook up to like a stream thing, and it took me forever. Like I can't imagine a full band with acoustic instruments. like
Yeah.
not just that. I'm like, whoa.
It's deceptively challenging getting your band or just by yourself getting a stream going. I mean, much less getting people to watch you, but just the technical side of it. It's gotten a lot easier over the years, but it's still not easy. Streaming, there's no part of streaming that's actually easy, and it's deceptively hard.
Yeah, especially when people like even just the video game side where people are like, oh, what, they just play video games? I was like, yeah, man, I don't know. I get fucking exhausted playing video games. Maybe I'm just out of shape. Like I'm just like, I'll play this for 4 hours. It's like 2 hours in, I'm like, Jesus Christ, man. Just like, has anyone got adrenaline? I don't fucking know what happened to me. I used to be able to play games for like 20 hours. What the fuck?
Yeah, I did that with on the Psychostick channel before we started performing. I played a lot of games, and I had a handful of people watch, and the hardest part for me, honestly, is just remembering to talk to them.
Yeah,
I get lost in the game, like, oh yeah, hey guys, and otherwise it's just really boring to watch. And streaming in that capacity, where you're a professional streamer and you're playing a game. Yeah. There's a lot more going on there than just them playing the game. They have to continuously talk and engage and thank people for supporting them and stuff. There's a lot of things to juggle. So
yeah.
It's tough.
Well, even like when they used to like raid people, and like people with like 10 viewers would just get like 1,000 out of nowhere. Just seeing the panic in their eyes, like,
yeah,
what the fuck? Hi to everybody. I can't even read your names. Like, there's just too many people.
Yeah. Yeah,
you guys are also doing really great with I think 50% of your donations or whatever goes to like a charity, right?
Yes, various charities. Every stream we typically do a different charity. How many have we done now? I have to let me see. Let me just look real quick because it's been absolutely bonkers. Let's see.
The stream you do every week, right? Every Thursday.
Yeah, every Thursday, 4 p.m. Except for last Thursday because it was Thanksgiving.
Yeah, of course.
But let's see.
On Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch.
28 different charities.
Damn,
nice, dude.
There has been a couple we went twice, so it would have been I think 30 if we would have stuck with a different one every charity.
So it's like a band member like picks one out. It's like, all right, it's your week. You pick a charity.
No, Alex, he's the guy who does the research for the charities. He's our drummer, and I basically said, hey man, just we're gonna start doing this, and so just find the good stuff and vet them and make sure they're not garbage and all that stuff. And there's some bad charities out there, believe it or not. I don't know them off the top of my head, but I know they're bad out there, and
we want names.
He goes through the process of making sure they're not dodgy. So
yeah, of course.
I forgot what website they like went over the percentage of money that actually goes to the charity, and there were some that went 0. I was just like, what the fuck? I was just like, what are they? They're just getting money for nothing? Like, what are they doing?
This week's charity is fill my bank account.
Yeah, basically. I was just like, is that illegal? Like, how are they around? How do we all know about this? So I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, I think there is I don't really know. I'm not a lawyer. Surprise, surprise. But from what I do understand, if you're claiming to raise money for a charity and you don't actually follow through, I think there is.
It's like fraud, right? It's got to be like some kind of fraud.
Legal implication for that. Yeah. So
I
don't really know for sure.
It's crazy. It's nice. Well, that sounds awesome. Do you guys do you guys make what do you guys do anything on the side, or is Psychostick you all make a living off of this with the streams and everything, or do you guys all have separate jobs?
Well, Alex, he's been going back and forth actually being a teacher. He's he's a professor at Franklin University. I could be wrong. But he teaches online classes. And I don't know. He's off and on with that. I'm not exactly sure what his schedule is. He's very private with that, so I don't really know what's going on with that. Maddie was working on some part-time stuff. He was doing some construction or something. I can't remember. But he's embraced the streaming life, and he streams on his own channel twice a week. So
Yeah.
that's going pretty well for him. Josh, not so much. I think he teaches a lot of lessons and takes the odd engineering job here and there, but it's pretty much full time for him, and it's full time for me too. But I also have a part time web development gig on the side.
Yeah.
That I do, so just to make a few extra bucks.
Well, I think that's extra amazing that you guys donate to charity, because I feel like people would think like, oh, well, if you're not making a living, like you take all the money for your, like keep your stuff like self afloat. But it's like, it's kind of think it's even more amazing the fact that you guys like technically some of you might not have that, like Psychostick might not be full time, but you're still donating half of like the donation. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, part of it was, we can still pay our bills and grow our business, but also do something good. And we wanted to create sort of a win-win situation, which is why half of the donations go to it, not all of them, because we got to pay rent in the place that we're, performing. We have to fix our gear all the time. We're constantly trying to upgrade, get better stuff. And, people who watch the stream and enjoy it also want to support what we're doing, not just give to charity, because they could always give to charity directly if they wanted to.
Yeah.
Like, that's always an option, right? And we also we sell our merchandise during the streams too, and that's all 24 hours a day thing because it's a website. So yeah, I mean, we just wanted to make it to where we're still taking care of business, but also doing our part to make the world less crappy.
Yeah, especially right
that's
now.
Basically the idea.
Yeah, well, that's awesome.
You guys are definitely killing it. And I noticed Josh usually does all the like producing and the engineering work, right?
Right.
Yeah. So I was gonna ask if he has any other projects down. Like, has he been producing other bands and stuff like that?
Not really. He if you've been watching our streams, he dealt with a couple of deaths in his family this past few months, and he's been pretty emotionally exhausted from that. So he hasn't really had a lot of headspace to really take on a whole bunch of different projects. I mean, he's kind of barely keeping up with what we're throwing at him right now. He's fine. Like he's doing okay, and he's still able to put food on his table. So
awesome.
He's good. But like now, there's no other bands he's working on right now. I don't know, unless he might be. He hasn't told me. I'm not sure.
Who does all the video edit? Because you guys like put out such like really good quality work. Is that like everyone in the band like contributes?
The video editing side of things, we have I like to call him the fifth member that doesn't really play an instrument. His name is Murph, and he's on our streams too. But he's like running stuff behind the scenes, and he just finished the Numbers music video.
Yeah, nice.
But yeah, he's basically the video guy, and he also contributes to songwriting as well, and a lot of other random creative things that flow through this band. But he's essentially the fifth member that doesn't pick up a guitar or whatever.
I kind of want to ask about like the writing process for stuff, because like some of the stuff you guys come up with is so clever, and like Blue Screen, like holy shit, that was awesome. So is this just like ideas that you just jot down, like, we should make a song about this eventually, and then you just wait for the idea to come, or is it like, what's the process?
It's basically pretty organic, like you're talking about, where we'll experience something or something weird will happen, and then we get a lot of it. A lot of our songs come from a place of frustration, where something really dumb happens or something breaks, or you know what I mean? Like, and then once you get past like the initial like frustrating part of it, and you're able to like laugh at it, then the song starts to form. That's where I think a large part of our library comes from, just personal crappy experiences.
Yo, today I was putting up Christmas lights. Like that's our thing. Like right after Thanksgiving, it's like when you put up all your Christmas shit. Right. So I'm outside, and I'm trying to get all the lights to connect. And you know how like there's like a little prong and a bigger prong for most things? Well, every extension cord I had only had the two small ones. And I'm like going through everything I have, trying to make it fit. I actually jammed my finger. You know when you jam your finger, you get blood under it? Like I had that. I'm like losing my mind. My neighbors are probably outside just like laughing at me. I'm like cursing, these fucking cables. And my girlfriend comes out and she's like, oh, what's the matter? And I'm like, it's fucking dang real fish. Like, maybe you can connect it. And the other two just connect and it all works. So I was like,
yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, the 2-prong, 3-prong. I could totally see that being a song.
Yeah.
That's where it comes from, man. Like I'm not even exaggerating. Like it comes from something like simple little frustration, then it balloons, and then it goes from there. So, oh yeah, we feel you.
We understand. At Psychostick, we get it.
Yeah.
Well, you guys released Do 2 years ago now, I think 2018. Are you guys like gearing up for a new album, or are you gonna keep just focusing on the live streams?
Oh, we've been planning on we've been incrementally working on the next album. It's just been a bit more challenging while trying to live stream. So it's been a challenge. Like we were wanting to have an album out by now, but just like everybody else, the pandemic hits and suddenly you think, oh, well, they don't have to go anywhere, so they have plenty of time. But then the stream took a long time to kind of get into a groove.
Yeah.
And now that we're kind of there, we're taking a closer look at the next album and figuring out a plan for that. So a lot of songs have been written, but not enough.
Okay.
So we're working on it.
Is this going to be like self-released too, or are you guys going to try to? Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if a label would look at us and go, yeah, those guys. I don't think it's going to happen, especially since we've been around for a while, and we're very bullish about owning our music. So yeah, I don't think anybody's gonna reach out and try to pluck us out from.
I think Do was self-titled, right?
Sorry?
Do was self-released, right? And
yes.
The first album, the other ones were on Rawrb, right?
Yes, Rawrb was awesome because they allowed us to have full creative freedom and allowed us to maintain ownership of our songs. But we just licensed our music to them for distribution reasons. They're basically just a distribution deal, which was perfect for us because we're very, very territorial when it comes to our songs. So, but we had a few opportunities in the early I call it early days, but it has been a minute, to where we could have signed to a big label, but those labels are no longer around.
Damn.
So I'm really glad we didn't.
Yeah.
So yeah, record labels, you don't really need them anymore.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You just don't.
Well, especially you guys are crushing it. And also I was like re-listening before the interview. I was just re-listening just another playthrough through Do. And I was just like, you guys are so funny. It's so creative, like Chris was saying. But also, you guys are just really good at your fucking instruments. Like, it's just like, do you guys ever had that problem? No, thank you. You guys was like, just some parts, it's like the goofiest lyrics, which are clever. But then you just have these banging ass riffs or just drum parts or like whatever instrumentation. Did you ever have that problem through your career where like, some people might get lost in the funny lyrics, but not really like give props to the instruments behind it? You ever like, because it's like, oh, they're that funny band. It's like, no, they're fucking crushing it. Like they might be singing about a blue screen, but it's like, yeah, you can mosh your titties off to this part right now. Like,
yeah, I think the biggest thing that was a blessing and a curse was when the Beer song dropped.
Yeah,
which is just called Beer. Let's be clear. That song is deceptively simple. And a lot of people probably thought like, oh, they play quarter notes, and that was like the simplest song that we have. And it was like the biggest hit that we have. So, and then you dig a little deeper. It's like, oh, there's more to this band, but a lot of the people who were into the Beer song didn't dig deeper.
Yeah.
So it was kind of we're trying to play catch up. Like, oh, no, there's more. I promise. We're still struggling with that to this day. Like it's trying to remind people that, oh, there's a band there. It's not just a song.
we have albums. There's albums.
Yeah.
People. Go check us out.
Yeah. 6 albums.
Yes.
It's not the Beer song on repeat. I promise.
So you guys are also very good at making like real like radio single. Like that one was like spot on. You guys hit every fucking like cliche and it sounded great. And I was like, this is perfect right now. And then you have songs like From the Heart where it's like, such a emotional song, but the lyrics are just so fucking funny. Like it's like, perfect. I actually told my girlfriend, like, yo, we should use that for our wedding song. And she's like, no.
Stop.
Sure, go for it. Thanks, man. Yeah, like it's one of those things where you watch if you watch a really well done comedy, right? Like a movie.
Yeah.
And you can tell, I mean, the movie itself is funny, but you could tell that there's like, a real studio behind it, where you'll have car chase scenes and explosions and all that stuff, but it's still a comedy. But they went through the trouble of making sure that it was a high production, high quality production. And that's kind of the same idea, for us. It's like, oh, we want to make sure that the song is like, if you take the lyrics out, you can still bang your head to it, like that has to be there.
Well, you guys
very
crushed
important
it.
to us.
Yeah. Well, you guys got it. Nailed it.
Thank you.
Not that you needed a fat ginger to tell you that you nailed it in his room, but you nailed it. Like, I was just like out on the long walk, dude. Fucking, what was it? I think it's the second song of the track. When you get knocked down, I get upset about it. When I get upset, I get depressed. I was like, dude, what the fuck? I was like, it crushed me. But like, yeah, I'm always like, maybe I'm not critical enough of things, but I'm always like finding myself to like people like just like when people, because metalheads in general, they just kind of shit on things. Like it's just like they get their little corner of the genre and they just start firing off bazooka cans at everyone else.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I don't know, people like either like hate on simple stuff or they maybe like hate on like some funny stuff or like maybe, oh, it's been done before. But I'm just like, no, that's good. This is like, whether it's beer, simple. Yeah. You know why it's big? Simple really works. But guess what also works? The rest of your genre, like the rest of your catalog where it's just like hard riffs, hard,
Think about the beer song too. I have seen many bands and YouTube content creators attempt to cover it, and none of them have done it right.
Oh yeah,
it's deceptively hard.
Yeah,
just you're listening to it. Oh, that sounds easy, but like if you miss any of the nuances, it doesn't sound right. Yeah. So.
Yeah, dude, it's
do it. Maybe
put the challenge out. Try it.
Yeah, the challenge.
What happens?
Is there a song that you guys ever like? You first attempted it, and then after a while, you're like, all right, this isn't going to work, but it finally did. Were there any of those songs?
You mean like a song that we wrote or performed and couldn't nail it, but then we tried it again later or something like that?
Yeah, because I remember, I forgot what band it was. They said like there's this like really good song on the album. They're like, that almost didn't make the cut because when we wrote it, we just couldn't get it to work. Like everything we tried, song transitions, whatever. And then finally we revisited it and actually, we got it and made the record, and now it's like a really good song. So I was wondering with you guys, like you guys are so talented with like everything you guys, I feel like you said, you put a lot of work into it. Was there ever a song that you thought maybe won't make it?
Man, that's there's like 100-something songs I got to think about.
There, lean back. We got time.
There are a few that still haven't been that were relatively finished, but we ended up cutting them. Like there is a live song we play that's called the Sombrero Prophecy. And it's basically the idea behind it is like when the song starts, before I even mention the song, I'm on stage. I'm like, all right, I need to find who the toughest guy in the audience is. And I hand him the sombrero and they say, all right, when the song starts, everybody get the sombrero from that guy. And it turns into like, a brawl almost, but it's not really a brawl, but it's like, a very fun, moshy, violent, happy, fun time. And, that song we did record, but we never released it because it didn't quite have the right vibe, but like live it crushes. So that's the only example I can really think of. I think there was one off of Do that we ended up cutting because it was coming across as more pretentious, but in a bad way. I can't remember the name of it though. No, okay. I mean, my brain isn't working. Sorry.
No, it's okay. Right. I mean, like you said, you have so many songs to go through.
That's a fantastic way to start mosh pit, by the way. Just like sacrifice one fan and just let everyone use it.
We have to get the cheap sombreros that like pull apart very easily.
Yeah.
Otherwise, people will start like choking and on like pieces of sombrero, and yeah, it's fun. It's a
Tragedy
good
strikes Chicago. 5 fans choked on sombrero for local metal band Psychostick.
Yeah, it's great though, because they just dive in and go crazy and have a great time. So
dude, that's awesome. Dude, that sounds like a way funner version than a Wall of Death. It's like, oh, we got to start Wall of Death. It's like, yeah, let's kill everybody. Everyone must die for the pit to start.
We have a version of the Wall of Death I'm not going to tell you about.
It's all right.
So, oh shit! You got to go to a live show when things open back up.
Oh, I'm going into it. Nope.
All right. Hopefully you guys come back to Dingbats. Nice, small, sweaty venue. It's either you're freezing in that venue or you're sweating your balls off in that venue.
Oh yeah. I've been playing Dingbats for almost our entire touring career.
Yeah, I was gonna say either I can't remember which time I saw you or which weather it was, but I just remember one of them was like, I think it was actually the summer when you guys came by and we're just sweating, like melting in front of the stage.
Oh yeah, I remember that. There was a band that opened up that ate a stick of butter on stage. I don't know if you remember that, or were you there for that?
I think I do, because they were dressed up and stuff, right? Like
I don't remember what they were wearing, but like they're a bunch of like high school kids, like sophomores or something. And they showed up and they're like, "Hey, where can I put our butter?" And Alex, our tour manager, is like, "You're what?" Because we're more concerned about slipping around on stage and getting hurt.
Damn.
Like, come on. What do you? I don't know.
It's the pivotal point in the set. We must swallow the entire stick of butter. Don't you get it?
So we have a segment on our show we like to call the Random Silly Question segment. We asked you 3 random questions. You ready for this?
Okay. Let's go.
All right. Question number 1. What was the first big purchase you made?
I probably truck.
A truck? Okay.
Yeah.
A truck?
Yeah, my first truck.
Oh, that's way bigger than my purchase.
To me, my first big purchase was probably my guitar. I remember saving up for that for a long time, and I finally got it.
Oh, dude, that's legend as fuck. That's way better. I bought an open box sound system. That's
I mean, there's video game consoles here and there, but like the one that was like the scary one where I had to sign paperwork was, the truck. So
yeah. You still have it?
No.
It lasts forever.
No.
It is fucking terrifying. I remember
was that the 2-ton paperweight?
No, that was Josh's old Mercury Cougar. That thing. Oh man. Oh no.
Dude, it's kind of crazy how sweating you get when you start signing paperwork. I literally went, like, when my dad got his first new car, I went with him, just like sit there, and he's like, "Yeah, sign this, sign this." I was like, "It's like, dude, I'm not even doing anything. He's fucked if he messes up." But it's pretty scary. I was like, "Oh damn." Dude.
All right. Question number 2: what's something you would like to remove from your daily routine?
Something I'd like to. It's a great question. Sleep. I wish I didn't have to sleep. I can get so much done.
Never tired.
Write more terrible songs.
Yeah. I feel like once it hits like 12 a.m. or 1 a.m. whatever, I have more energy than I do the whole day.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, more of a night owl, definitely.
Oh, dude, when 8 p.m. struck, dude, when I actually like went in, like before my job got like whatever, like stopped or whatever, literally I'd be like, "Oh man, I gotta wake up at like 4:30," and it was like 8, 9, then like 10 hits. I'm like, it's time to do everything. It's like I gotta go to bed. Like if I'm gonna get fucked, it's like no. They're just like sitting there fighting myself. Like, go to bed. It's like, no, I don't know what I was doing at the time. Play drums. I don't fucking know. It's just like, Jesus Christ. Damn.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. Well, no sleep, but never being tired, right?
Right. Yeah. Like,
yeah.
There was a game I used to play called Chrono Trigger, and there was a part in the game. It's like in the future where you climb into a pod and you get a full night's sleep in a couple seconds. Like that's what I want.
Yeah,
that'd be sick.
Just recharge in seconds.
Yeah.
But usually the one we get is actually there's 2 common ones. Usually it's going to the bathroom and eating. And so like you never feel hunger. But then I was like, for me, I was like, dude, eating's like a hobby. I look forward to that.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, bathroom's just a break. Like, do you really gotta take that away?
Bathrooms
Bathrooms would only be bad at like if you never had to go to bathroom at like a venue ever again. That'd be great. Especially about 30, like maybe an hour into the show. That's when the fucking toilets somehow magically get clogged somehow. It's like, oh, it's just like the one concert, like the festival we went to with freaking Insane Clown Posse. Literally 20 minutes into the concert being open, went to the bathroom. Like 3 or 4 toilets were just clogged. Like it's just like it's not even enough time to eat and shit. The fuck, guys.
Yeah.
I went to the bathroom before.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude, man, it's crazy.
Let's break into question number 3. What's one of your biggest pet peeves while on tour?
I would have to say my biggest pet peeve on tour is not having a green room, because it's, especially when it's like, hot or cold outside and you have nowhere to kind of go and kind of prepare for the show. I can't tell you how many bathrooms we've had to change in, and while people are walking in with the beer in their hand, you're like, hey, what are you guys doing? Trying to play this, not having a place to kind of, not having like a private, room to ourselves to where we can, decompress after a long day drive or prepare for the show or, talk about whatever, just to kind of, that's my biggest pet peeve, is not having something like that. And it's gotten better over the years, but it still happens.
So I haven't been back there in Dingbats, but that place looks like the back room there looks so small. Is there enough room back there?
Kind of. The issue typically is like whoever books the bands will book too many bands, and they stuff all the gear in the back, so there's no room for anything else. But Dingbats has actually gotten better over the years.
Yeah,
it used to be much worse with room, and that a really low ceiling, so Alex would hit his sticks on the ceiling and things like that. So they've improved for sure.
Because I know when Max Cavalera came by with Soulfly, he immediately went from like stage to back to his RV out there, and I felt like no band really went in the back except for like you said, to get gear. So I was kind of curious. I'm like, is that a green room or is that just like gear?
It can be a green room, and you can pull the headliner flexing muscles and keep people out if you need to or want to. But it's usually not a big deal.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I didn't even think that place had a back room. I went there. I was like, yeah, I could see this place just not having a back room. It's so small.
It's really small.
Like, yeah, I was like, damn.
It's really small.
Like, damn.
Well, that was the random silly question segment. Definitely appreciate that. Another question I want to ask you is about I remember you guys having like a serious band called Evacuate Chicago.
Yeah.
Is that still around? What's up with that band?
I mean, it's never was not around, but was never a primary focus.
Mm-hmm.
Past couple of streams, we actually busted out a couple of Evacuate Chicago songs, just because we wanted to, mix things up a bit.
Yeah.
And they're not really we are not really super active. Just, I don't know. It was never really priority, but there's been some newer material kind of dripping out of that project a little bit here and there. So we might put out a second something EP or something at some point. I just don't know for sure. But no, it's really just you get a song idea, and it's not a funny song. It's kind of a, more of a dramatic thing. Then it typically goes into that band.
Okay, fair enough.
Cool. Yeah, because I feel like that must be tough, because like also just Psychostick, like not even lyrically, but like just musically, you guys go so many different places. I'd feel like that'd be really hard to just have the same people in 2 different bands and just choose. Like it's almost like a crapshoot. Just be like, I guess this riff is for the other band. It's like, because it's just you guys go everywhere.
Honestly, riffs aren't really an issue. Like riffs are, those are so easy to bang out. It's usually the actual lyrics that are the hard part. So
okay, so would you say like most of the time, like, with either bands, the lyrics that come first, and then like the idea, and then you guys just build a song around it, or is it just kind of like whoever comes up with a cool idea, then you just kind of focus on that?
It goes back and forth. It's hard to. There's no. It's not a binary answer. It kind of just dabbles in both.
Fair enough.
Cool.
We go wherever it makes sense, I guess.
Who does most of the lyrics? You?
No. Josh, he's the chief songwriter in the band.
Okay.
And we just when he hits a wall, we kind of like bounce ideas and go from there. I mean, it's more of a group effort now, but in the beginning, it was pretty much all him.
Yeah.
All right. So before we let you go, we just want to ask, is there anything that you want to tell the fans, the listeners out there? And what's the best way to support Psychostick?
Well, first and foremost, obviously stay safe and be smart about the stuff that's happening out there. Don't listen to the scientists. Don't listen to the politicians. The scientists will tell you what you need to be doing. The doctors, listen to the doctors, listen to them. They're the ones who know what they're doing. I'm not going to go into a rant or I don't mean to bring it down or whatever, but
you haven't said one wrong thing yet. So
yeah, it's very important that we just, be conscientious of that and work together and, do what they say. And the sooner that we do that, the sooner everything will get to some form of normalcy again and everybody will be happy in theory. So that's the big one. To support Psychostick, we stream every Thursday at 4 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Eastern. I know you guys are Eastern.
My man.
And just if you can't, donate towards the charity or buy any merchandise, just tell your friends, like word of mouth, that's free. Like that would be insanely helpful. We're trying to grow our community as much as we can. And because, why not? Let's all get together, have fun, like virtually right now, obviously, but and support us. You can also pick up any merchandise from psychostick.store. That's our e-commerce land. You can buy shirts and all of our albums and whatever else. Like we have tons of stuff on there. So yeah, we're all right now, actually. I don't know when this is going to air, but right now we're doing a Black Friday thing like everybody else. So
that Black Friday, Cyber Monday deal.
Yeah. So
nice.
If that might be over by the time this airs, I'm not sure, but
yeah,
that's really it. And come join us anytime, or not anytime, but Thursdays. And we would love to bring you in on the community. It'd be great.
Awesome.
Yeah,
dude. That's a great message at the beginning, and two, just help out the band. Always support the bands that we interview. Every band, not even the ones we don't interview. But
except for Trapped, they're pretty.
Except
garbage.
for I guess Trapped. Yeah,
Trapped is they're a bunch of garbage idiot assholes. And
there we go. Don't support Trapped.
Social media is even banning them now. They don't have a Facebook anymore.
It seems like they're trapped right now. No.
Oh, there's all sorts of bad jokes and puns around that.
Yeah,
they can't even spell their band name right. I mean, come on.
Shit. Well, dude, this is it was a pleasure talking to you. Definitely someone I wanted on the show for a while now. So thank you for coming on. And remember, if you're always welcome back if there's something you want to talk about or whatever.
Sure.
Yeah,
absolutely,
awesome.
Man. Thanks for having me. And come see us if you haven't watched us during a stream. Come check us out. Please do. Come say hi.
Definitely.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, definitely. And thank you again for coming. It's awesome.
Of course.
And also, I did appreciate you guys being like really like basically one of the first bands to really like start crushing it on stream.
Hey, we're any band who wants to do it, they can do it, and we'll be more than happy to show them how. So this is not easy.
It's definitely not.
Just doing podcasts was difficult, so I can just imagine what you guys have to go through.
Yeah, not a problem.
All right, thanks, man. Have a good one.
Thanks so much, Rawrb. Be safe.
No
Have
problem.
fun.
Thanks, guys.
And welcome back to the Metal Teddy Bear Experience podcast right now. This is your host, Chris. We got Jesse. What's up, dude?
My man. How's it going?
Hope you guys enjoyed that nice little chat with Rawrb of Psychostick, the front man, Robert. It was my Rawrb.
It's pretty awesome. Yeah, you're like, weirdly, when you said like beer was a blessing and a curse. Actually, that's how I came to know him. Like I think you showed me that song when we were like way young. And like
definitely in high school, 2009 maybe, 2010.
Yeah. And yeah, like I said to him, we always got to suck everybody off that comes on here at least once. Like super funny, super clever, like you said. But man, I just like like I said, I listened through I did my like little 5 mile plus walk or whatever. And dude, I would fucking, there's just some parts I'm like, yeah, I kind of want to mosh. Like he's talking about
mosh shitty.
I don't really know any of the lyrics right now, but like paper clips, and he's just fucking just banging. It's just like, it's like open the pit. Like I just saw some girl walking her dog. Open the pit, you. Just like he's like, we gotta get this going.
Well, the sombrero thing was really fun, and I feel like he did that at Dingbats. I wasn't sure, so I didn't want to say like, oh yeah, I remember that, but I feel like he definitely did do that at Dingbats, and it's kind of cool just getting a nice little insight from him, just based on the streaming, the writing, and everything like that. And I'm really looking forward to that new album that they're gonna. Well, they said that he already had songs written for it, and that's not like a full album's length. And if you guys do want new stuff by them, definitely, I highly recommend checking out their YouTube channel. They're just like a content machine. There's like so many videos. Like even like I don't actively, follow them on YouTube. I do social media and stuff like that. And I was just like, one day I was just having so much fun just going through watching all their videos. Like they have like a really good hotline one, like 1-900. Psychostick. I highly recommend that one. My Queso, a nice little cover of Loco by Cold Chamber. So good. They did a funny Christmas theme one for BYOB, System Down's BYOB. I forgot what the cover was called, but yeah, there's a lot of good songs out there, a lot of good covers, and just, them fucking around, making us laugh.
It's true. They crush it. And, it was an honor too. Like, he doesn't, no one has to come on this podcast. And when people do, especially people that we admire, we like, we've been listening to for years, whatever, all of the above, it's awesome. It's super dope, man. And he was super nice. Also appreciate the message at the end. We don't really do we don't put out many PSAs because I know we're lazy or we're just whatever, but yeah, listen, wear a mask, and if you're not good, and if you're gonna, I actually heard, I think again, I don't know if I told you this on the podcast or off the podcast. I still think the funniest thing, I listened to this one MMA podcast, Morning Combat with a K. And the one guy, they're not comedians. They're like MMA
Morning
journalists.
Combat?
Yeah. With a K.
I get it. Mortal Kombat, Morning Combat.
Unbelievable.
Fatality.
They're not comedians.
Both with Ks.
They're journalists. They're journalists. Leave them alone.
Both with Ks. Come on. Come on.
But yeah, he said this one thing. They were talking about people wearing masks, and he said he went out with his family to go get something, and he just I saw this dude with with a mask that was just under his nose, and it's just you know how useless that is? That's like wearing a condom on your balls. It just doesn't do anything. I was just that's the funniest fucking thing, dude. That's such no, I
haven't heard that
true.
One.
I honestly, personally, I don't like getting people shit, right? Me personally, I just don't. I like talking shit with my pals, but when people really acting a fool in public, I just try to get out of there because I'm just not about it. Not when people
fight or flight, Jesse. Flights.
Most of the time. Well, because that's the thing. I never get into a deep situation because I'm always if I sniff something's about to happen, yeah, we're leaving. I don't give a fuck. But in the city, a homeless dude's just losing his fucking mind. Nothing's happened yet. Maybe across the street because I just don't want to be the guy. I don't want to be next to him. But when I see people not wearing masks, it's fucking annoying. I just cross the street, do my thing. But one thing I think the under the nose thing annoys me more because actually it's dude, you're not even comfortable. If you're going to possibly pass a fucking sickness around, at least be comfortable. You're really going to wear this? This is not comfortable. If you got the metal bar, it's just sticking in the top of your nose. Fuck that. That's terrible. Just take it off. You're not even trying. It's so funny. I saw that at work when I still worked at Javits Center. The one time I had to go in during COVID, dude, how many people were just wearing it under their nose? I'm just dude.
Yeah, just being at a grocery store, you'll see so many people with it under their nose.
It's,
Oh,
it's bonkers. And then also, this is the funniest one. Two guys met in the hallway, and they were wearing masks perfectly over their nose. And the second they got next to each other, hey, man, I haven't seen you in a while. How you? I was fuck is that?
Oh, dude, you can see that. I love when if you watch football or any sport or something, they'll have it on, and then some guy will let's say they're sitting next to each other, and be Yeah. Oh, okay, dude. Okay, sweet. Put it back on. When the ref makes the call, he has it on the whole game, but then he takes it off to do the call. Like 5 yards. I was like, really? Why'd you just take it off? Like, what's the point? Why you guys on and off all the time?
Yeah, it's but at least, well, are they like? Well, I know the people in the audience you said were not, but like the ref is probably away from people, right?
Yeah, when he makes the call, I guess he's the only one.
Yeah, which is good. Like,
but he's away from most of the time. He's away anyway when he's not.
Yeah,
I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah,
enough about the masks.
Yeah, I know. I just find that shit so funny. Always, like that's the shit that always makes you laugh. Or that one time I was at Home Depot and literally a whole family had masks on, and the dad just like
Home Depot.
Yeah, he was literally just like, "You guys wear masks. I got anxiety. I got asthma. I can't wear a mask." Like he's just walking around. I was like, "What the fuck? You got your whole family up wearing a mask?" I was just like, he's like, "I paid the bills." He just like took it off. I was like, I can see some dad. That's some dad shit. Like literally, just like, nope. Like a Red from that '70s show. Why don't you go to church?
I fought in Korea.
Me and God had a long conversation in Korea. It's just like, what kid you say? Oh, screw your conversation. You're going to church. You ruined it for me.
Well, we just want to let you know too that we're going to start this month, starting in December. We're going to start pumping out awesome videos with our friends when we do top 5 albums of the year of 2020.
Yep, everyone does it. We got to do it. It's time.
Yeah, so we're going to be doing that with friends on the show. And maybe we can even ask one of the guests we have on. We'll let them know ahead of time so they're not thrown on the spot. But everything's up in the air right now, but you will definitely get a friends episode. Like every time I say a friends episode, I actually think of the show with David Schwimmer and Matt LeBlanc and all those guys. But anyway, yeah, you're going to have a nice episode of top 20 albums of 2020. Top 20? Yeah, top 15.
You're gonna do 20?
I mean, that would make sense, top 2020. But anyway.
Are we only allowed to do metal then? Because of
course.
I'm just gonna name them. I'm gonna name them all.
We're gonna cut it down to top 5 because when we have friends on, we'll talk to. It might get a little long. I remember trying to do a top 10 list just in the studio back with WMSC, and it got a little long. And that's a 3-hour show. I mean, that's when I used to play. Someone say a band, and then I play a song by them. And then another person say band, and I play a song by them. So maybe that's why we won't
just troll. Just Slipknot. All right, Slipknot. I can't play it. Slipknot. Just keep saying Slipknot.
Slipknot over and over. But yeah, if you guys have any albums you want to recommend in the time, just be like, hey, check out this album. Did this make it or whatnot? You know, if you have any, if you want to just share yours as well, you can write that in the comments.
Yeah, definitely do that.
Find us on social media. Add us, bro. DM us.
Yeah, and if you don't have Loathe in your top 5, don't comment. Well, comment, but I'll comment. Boo. Just boo.
Oh, dude. Kevin.
Does that have to be number 1 or 3? It could be number 5. It has to be in your top 5.
So as we do the podcast, we're very vocal about the people we have on, and obviously we support them a lot. So we talk about them outside of the podcast too. So I was talking a lot about Black Crown Initiate's brand new album, Violent Portraits of Doom and Escape. So then my friend goes, he's like, hey, Black Crown Initiate album, is that any good? I'm like, fuck you, man. You know I've been talking about that for like a while now. You know it's good. And he's like, but yeah, there's a lot of Black Friday sales out there where albums are like $3.
Yeah, especially Cyber Monday is coming up. Like, most people start Cyber Monday today.
Oh, by the time this is out, it's going to be.
No, we'll still do it. Go click on it. It's not there. Shit. Not my problem. You should have did it when it was actually Black Friday.
Well, guys, it's always a pleasure. If you like what you hear and you want to hear more content, tune in Tuesday nights, 7 to 10 p.m. WMSC 90.3. iHeartRadio, the website, WMSCradio.com. You can find me there. And SoundCloud.com/WMSC also has all my interviews with like Doro Pesh. I have Between the Bear to Me on there. I have who else? A Diesel Machine I just recently did. Yeah, a lot of good interviews right there. And they're also posted on my YouTube just like here. So yeah. And Jesse, you do some reacting, right?
Yeah. YouTube.com/C/Insid1. Yes, I actually released a little bit ago Kingslayer by Bring Me the Horizon, which let me tell you, I got to go finish checking out that whole album. That was a banger. If the rest of the songs on the album or EP.
Wait. Banger approved.
Banger approved. Yeah. Can you put a stamp on the screen? That's you do that. So you do that.
I did that last time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you didn't see? Thanks for watching the content, man.
No, edit this out. I saw it, dude. It was great.
Yeah, we were talking to What band was that? Violent. Oh, I can't remember. We were like banger approved.
Dude, that's great.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's true. Certified banger. New Hatebreed, certified banger. Too bad I listened to it all. Won't be reacting to that. Ran through that album. Sorry, I had it for like 2 weeks. I couldn't listen to it because I don't have a record player, and I buy only vinyl because I'm an idiot. Also, I thought about the CD too, but it was a sticker. I was pretty upset when I held it up. I was like, dude, that's not a fucking
Try to spin
CD.
that shit.
Because I was like, oh no, it comes out in like 2 weeks. I got like 2 weeks early. I was like,
yeah, Hatebreed did really
fuck?
cool. If you pre-ordered it, you actually got it a week before the actual release date.
Or a week before, whatever. Still was really long.
Yeah. No, it was really cool. I thought that was cool on Josh's part. A lot of fans
Oh, it's
got
awesome.
that early. Especially around the East Coast because he's in Connecticut. So he was actually doing it all DIY from his house and shipping it from there. So
Yeah,
basically anyone who lived close to Connecticut was getting it like stat.
Yeah, he's a fucking adult. Also, weirdly to talk about a band and their glass work, but Hatebreed glasses are fucking dope. I got 2 of them. I almost bought the other 2.
Which ones did you get?
I got the one where we went to the beer tasting.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I got that, the Beard Brew, and then I got another one. They had a different one. I forgot what it says on it.
You didn't get the Stein?
No, that came out right after I bought it.
Okay. Yeah, the one I have is the Hatebreed one with the yellow that we got at the brewery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's the one we got at the brewery. And then I got the Breed Brew, the glass that it's for the beer, I guess.
Okay.
It actually has like the Breed Brew logo, whatever the fuck. And then they have another one where it has like the old school Hatebreed logo.
Dude, you're just you're Hatebreed. You basically Hatebreed
weirdly, Hatebreed's definitely not my favorite band, but
I'm just saying you have like their merch store in your house.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to tell that. You would be surprised. You'd be like, they're not your top 5 band. I'm like, to be fair, they might be in the top 5, like 5. They might be 5.
I feel like you have more merch than you do for Killswitch. Actually, Killswitch, Lamb of God, and After the Burial, and Dillinger. Like all those bands, you have more than that.
Let's be fair, though. Lamb of God is not putting out good shirts anymore for some reason. So
wow, dude, 30% off at the web store for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and you don't.
I know. I went on it, and I was pretty sad. You know how much money? Lamb of God's literally my favorite band. You know how much money I want to give them at all times of the day? I bought their fucking beer. It's non-alcoholic. It was pretty good. But literally, I was just like literally the fry thing. But I'm sad. I'm like, I can't.
Do they sell their coffee on their web store?
I don't think so. Well, I didn't see it.
Fuck. Okay.
It took you to. I don't know. It took you to the full store. It took me to a screen that had percentage off.
If their coffee's on there, I'm definitely buying a bag. Memento Mori.
Go for it. But it's just like, dude, fuck. Killswitch crushes it with merch. I just always end up showing up.
Oh man.
Huh?
Wait, Joe. That's not his name.
Mike.
Mike
D. What are you doing?
Yeah. Oh my God. Who's Andy?
Who's Andy?
Joel. Yeah, that's who I was thinking. I'm like, Joel's not right. That's the guitarist.
Joel's not right either.
It's not Joel?
Joel is the guitarist, but he doesn't do the artwork.
Yeah. It's definitely Mike. Mike is the fucking man, dude, with merch. He's so good. He's been doing their design since the first album.
Yeah, and then he I bet it was his idea to do the retro one. The retro collection almost robbed me of money, by the way.
I'm pretty sure he did that whole timeline too.
He's awesome.
I love how every member of that band does something like important, they're very vital to like the machine.
Yeah, Adam, Adam film records. Mike D, Andy films. Mike D does his thing. Jesse writes the lyrics. He crushes it with motivation. He's also got like 7 bands, so he's like busy as fuck. Joel's a fucking animal, and Justin watches Simpsons. So they all do something. They all do something. He watches baseball and Simpsons. So that's what
we went on long enough, guys. We're gonna let you guys go. Thank you for
just go.
Remember, like, subscribe, ring the bell, comment, tell us what bands you want on the show, all that good stuff. Until next time, my friends, keep it real.